It's the start of the indoor track and field season, and this is where my story first begins.
Pre-meet block starts. I'm finna get mine in next. Push. Woo!
When I was in high school, I've always dreamed of racing and competing in the NCAA, and especially in the Division I. It was always something that we were looking up to and something that our coach was bringing forward to us in terms of something we could accomplish and the opportunities that it could also bring us. So when I was offered by the coach from the University of Evansville to come here and compete on a full scholarship, I couldn't refuse. There's so much that happened between when I first started running and now 8 years later that I'm in university competing with this school. And walking up the day of the meet at the first indoor track season competition was something that really made me think about everything that I've done so far and everything that I've accomplished in my track journey. Although it's been 8 years, I still think that I have the most and the biggest part that's ahead of me.
Yeah, T-me. Say Con. I'm zooming in on that face, Jose. Austin.
So talking with my coach and also having run previously the cross-country season, my coach decided to sign me up for the 4 and the 600 meters for the weekend. It was on both different days, so one was Friday and one was Saturday. When I was checking the start list, I just wanted to see the heats and who I was racing against. And then for the 600, which was the first race, I saw I was racing against Kate Flatt, and that's when I knew I was facing very good athletes, and the competition was gonna be serious.
Alright, so I just made it to the Vanderbilt track and I'm about to go in. I don't really know where I'm supposed to go in from, but I'll try to find my team.
Fortunately, I was put in the first heat with my time, and I was also in the first heat for the 400 as well. So in terms of results for the 600, I ran 120.39, which is not a PB, but it is a great place to start at for the first race of this season. The 400, I almost never ran that indoors. It's always something that I've kept for outdoor season, and running it indoors was a little different, even though it was a 300-meter indoor track. The way that we run bends is just very different overall. But I did end up running a time of 49.25, which put me in 5th place for the competition. Having a PB of 48.03 back in 2022, I think I could lower that time and even go sub 49 for the next competition, hopefully, fingers crossed, which is next weekend in Indianapolis. So for the upcoming races, we do have a lot planned ahead. I think we're almost racing every weekend of the month, except for 1 week I think that we have off, and we're just gonna focus on training.
New UE record holder in the 3. Stay tuned for tomorrow though, because the 60 I'm coming for my revenge, no cap.
What I get, 120.39? Is that it? Yeah, that's okay.
So at first I wasn't too happy about my results, but after taking some time to think about the race and how I executed it, I consider the fact that I only ran this event twice before, and I think it's a good start to the 2024 season. So I turned my frustration into motivation and prepared to go back to work in the upcoming week. Our coach often mentioned that outdoor season was a lot more important than indoor, and that we shouldn't worry about our current results. And I think that's also a very good point, because a lot of athletes will look into their indoor stats and not be satisfied. All of the big events always take place during outdoor season, so there's nothing to worry about even if you aren't performing your best for the indoor season. So as I mentioned before, I'm currently studying at the University of Evansville in Indiana. To talk a little bit about the background of this school, Evansville University never had a good track program. Athletes never took practice seriously, and there was no coach to help with the development of the team. However, this would all change when the school's athletic department were near losing their Division I status. This is when they decided to hire a coach that would take the team in charge to become more competitive. Coach LeCon comp brought over 20 athletes from 9 different countries. As we are a very young team with lots of potential, Evansville will finally have the chance of being a contender for the conference championships in the upcoming seasons. We'll just have to wait and prove ourselves at competitions. In my journey of becoming a medalist in the NCAA championships, I really hope that injuries won't come up and that my 4 years at this school go as smoothly as possible. But as we all know, in the realm of sports, life is full of surprises. Sometimes it may be good and other times it might lead to a setback. We simply have to learn to appreciate the journey and not focus on the final result.
Quick rundown on meet. Some people ran good, some people ran bad. End of the day, we got our pasta, we out here with it, you know. That's a wrap on meet 1. We'll see you next week.
I only going to say one thing. Yui is gonna